JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 25th of May 2022. So welcome everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, which, it's not there. Okay, yeah, so basically before we go into that, our website, jfdbrokers.com. Yep, and you can click on the Start Learning and Market News and Analysis, and yeah, but of course, our JFD YouTube channel. So as you can see here, we're already live. So yep, I believe you can find a lot of useful information here as well. But of course, don't forget to subscribe. Now, jumping into the charts, guys. The first one I want to pick up here is Nikkei 225. So quick update. So yeah, we have ended the trading session slightly in the red, guys. But on the positive note, we kind of ended up remaining or just bang on that 21-day EMA and still above this short-term upside support line taken from the low the 12th of May. So in other words, if you're looking for some upside, well, there is still hope. We could see a nice rebound here from this area, and we could see a nice good push higher towards the 27,072 territory, or even the 27,215 zone right here. But again, let's not rush into anything. First of all, let's get rid of this downside line, no longer needed. Now the focus falls on this short-term upside line. If we stay above it, then yeah, a nice rebound here could be possible. But if we break this upside line and we fall somewhere below this 26,438 territory, somewhere around here, which previously acted as a good area of support and resistance as well. So yep, then we could go for that a larger decline here, but only towards this upside line taken from the low the 9th of March. So if you thought it was not very complicated, well, it is. So for now, guys, let's see how all this is going to play out. Let's see if we can rebound from this upside line. Shanghai Composite, yeah, so pushed higher after we broke this upside line yesterday, as you can see here. So basically, when I was talking about the Shanghai Composite yesterday during my morning video, we still had around 50-something minutes left of trading, which we also have now. And as you can see, in those kind of the remaining 50 minutes, we managed to break this upside line, because while I was talking, we were still kind of hanging above this upside line. So we broke this upside line, and yeah, now we're seeing it's kind of actually, you know, becoming a little bit more bearish than bullish, to be honest. However, let's see how this is going to play out, because at the moment, yes, we are retracing, but this upside line is kind of providing that resistance together with the 21-day EMA, and together with this 3,100 territory. So if it continues to do so, if it continues to hold, then well, another decline here could be possible. Then we could start aiming for that 3,034.46 levels here. But if those get cleared, then yes, we could see a further move south. Now then, jumping into the German index here, DAX. Yeah, we had a good run initially in the morning, but by the end of the trading session, the index drifted back down, moved lower, and well, I mean, that's where we've ended up. We've ended up in negative territory and below that 21-day EMA. We also ended up below the psychological 14,000 territory, but now looking at the cash index, we can see that it is pushing back up. So basically what it means that, for example, right now to focus too much on this 21-day EMA, that's a little bit difficult because it seems that just the index is just oscillating around it, and if we somehow, we're now kind of back above this 14,000 mark, so it seems like, yeah, the bulls are trying not to give up. I will say this way, if we manage to stay above this 14,000 territory right now, then yeah, great. I mean, we could consider a move back towards this 14,226 or 315 levels right here, and then we'll just, you know, take it from there. But if it falls back below the psychological 14,000 mark, well, I mean, you know, maybe we could consider a move towards that 13,829 zone right here, or even going further south, and this is where I'll probably mark some of these levels here. This one right here, the low of the 19th of May, near the 13,683 territory, and then we'll just, you know, we'll see what he wants to do after. But in other words, right now, guys, for today, I'm keeping a close eye on that psychological 14,000 mark. Now jumping into NASDAQ 100. So yeah, we drifted lower yesterday. NASDAQ 100 did close, yeah, in negative territory, and let me just quickly double check. Yeah, it was the biggest loser yesterday. The S&P was the, let's say, the second in line, but the Dow was able to recover somewhat, and was able to kind of, you know, drift back into positive territory. But I'll get to the Dow in a bit. Here right now on NASDAQ, yeah, you can see that we remained below this hurdle, below this highlighted area, and I said that if we continue to trade below it, then yes, I'll aim for lower levels, and I'll continue doing so. But let me just quickly double check the cash index. I think that we have, yeah, it's currently sitting at around 11,850 zone. So basically we are back above this highlighted territory. So that means that there is hope here for the bulls, maybe to, you know, to step in and maybe drag this one for another correction to the upside, because right now any move higher up until this downside line taken from the high of the 4th of April is considered as a corrective move. So if we drop back below this highlighted territory, yes, that's great. I mean, we could consider a move lower, but at the moment, guys, it's like I said, it's a little bit difficult. We just continue to bounce around this area, so we're hoping, you know, to find kind of to see a more clear directional move, but at the moment, yeah, it's just it is how it is. Like I said, if it somehow continues to trade above that 11,800 and let's round it up here, probably 50, then I will aim for that 12,000 mark again, or maybe even this 12,066 zone, or yeah, it could go even a little bit higher here, but let's not rush into anything. For now, if we're keeping a close eye on this highlighted territory. If we fall back below it, then yeah, I will aim for the downside one more time. The Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is what I was talking about previously. So basically, yeah, we pushed higher, we closed in positive territory, and this, of course, gave a nice boost here, and more importantly, that we've managed to break the downside line and kind of we didn't really stay above it nicely here, but still it was a good move. We cleared that, and let me just we cleared that level here as well, the 31,915, but let me adjust this one. I think that this is what we're gonna to keep an eye on right now. This one right here, this inside swing low of the 16th of May near the 31,928 level, because as you can see, it's kind of currently struggling to stay above this hurdle. So the cash index right now is showing me the 31,990. So we're above this area, guys, and we're closer to that psychological 32,000 mark. So guys, that's quite interesting. So in a way, if we continue to trade above this downside line today, then well, that's where we will aim for slightly higher levels. I'm not saying that I'm getting very positive here, no, but at least I'm going to start aiming maybe for that 32,450 level right here, or maybe a few adjustments have to be made here. Let me just quickly double check this. I haven't looked at Dow for quite a while. Yeah, I think this is going to be the case. So initially I'll target the 32,308 level right here, this inside swing low of the 17th of May. Slightly above that we do have the 21-day EMA, but don't really rely on it too much, because as you can see here, for example, back on the 17th of May, it did push higher, and but here of course the downside line kind of kicked in, but now, yeah, if we do push a little bit higher, let's say keep your eyes for now on this 32,308 level. If we overcome that, then yeah, I'll aim for that 21-day EMA, but if not, then certainly maybe a bit of a retracement back down here could be possible. For the downside now, I would prefer maybe to wait for a drop somewhere below this area. I do understand that we could be missing out on a bit of territory right here, but to be honest, all this doesn't really look very let's say appealing for me right now. So probably for the downside, I would like to see a drop below this 31,228 level right here. DXY dollar index, so beautiful recovery we're seeing today right now, but yeah, in general at the moment, I would say from the very short-term perspective, this can be seen, this can be classed as a temporary correction before another possible leg of selling, because we are still trading below this downside line taken from the high the 13th of May. But of course, that's on the from the shorter term perspective. From a more of a medium term perspective, you can see that we are still kind of trading above this upside line taken from the low the 10th of February, and which means that yeah, we could this whole move lower can still be classed as a temporary correction before another possible leg of buying. So yeah, so it depends from which perspective you're looking at here. At the moment, from the very short-term perspective, I am kind of yeah, we might see maybe a bit of a retracement here, but I'm keeping an eye on this downside line. If it holds, then another decline could be possible. Now jumping into gold, gold has moved gold has moved initially yesterday nicely to the upside. We managed to overcome this 1858 territory. I spoke a lot about that level, and today we're seeing a bit of a corrective move, but that's still okay, as long as it stays above this area, because here we also have the 200-day EMA. So in other words, if we stay above that 200-day EMA and that 1858 territory, then another push higher here could be possible. If we're looking for some lower levels here, guys, well, to be honest, I would prefer, and this is where I need to, I think, adjust some of my levels here. Yep, okay. So first of all, I want to get rid of this upside line, and this medium-term upside support line taken from the low of the 9th of August of last year. I'm going to get rid of it. Now I'm going to keep an eye on this upside line. So I'm going to keep an eye on this upside line. So this is going to be my kind of gauge for the downside. If we clear this upside line and stay below it, then yeah, I'll go for lower levels. Now jumping into WTI oil. Not much excitement, as you can see here. It just kind of continues to remain flat, and yeah, if you're looking for some higher levels, guys, then I would say keep your eyes on this 111.77 territory. If we push through it and stay above it, then yeah, that could open the door towards the upper side of the rising channel. For the downside, I would prefer to see a drop somewhere below this 107.27 level, and then yeah, we could go for some lower levels right here towards this upside line taken from the low of the 2nd of December of 2021. Now, Litecoin, guys. So, quick update, not much to talk about here, but yeah, I just wanted to show you that we are still stuck in this range, so we're waiting for a clear exit. So probably let me just, for our future reference, mark it here, and yeah, just bear with me one moment. There we go. And yeah, so something like this. This is what I'm keeping an eye on right now, so we need to see a clear breakthrough one of these sides in order to consider the next short-term directional move. But if we break through to the upside, still not all is lost for the sellers, because well, we still have this downside line taken from the high of the 30th of March, and which could, you know, play out, could still provide resistance, and another decline here could be possible. So at the moment, yeah, it is what it is. This is what we're waiting for right now. AUD/USD. So initially yesterday we saw that decline, that correction lower. You can see how well this area that I talked about previously, which I looked at as a good resistance level, it now took the role of support, the 0.7054 area. So we rebounded from it and we pushed back above the 21-day EMA. So that's great news for the buyers, and we could see this one pushing maybe further north, but of course we'll be very careful for now. I would prefer to stick to the high of this week near the 0.7127 level. If we clear that level, if we clear that barrier, then yeah, this will confirm a forthcoming higher high, of course, and potentially more buyers could join in. For the downside, I will stick to, for now, I'll stick to the same level, the 0.6953 territory, somewhere around here, just to be a little bit more on the safe side in order to consider the downside. AUD and ZD. So we are drifting lower. We've managed to break this upside line, so that's good news for the buyers. And well, now, the sellers. And now, yeah, we are basically aiming lower. And this is what I talked about for quite a while now, guys. If you remember when I was covering this pair, it pushed through this barrier, this 1.0978. Of course, thank you very much RBNZ today, which you know, increased the interest rate. But that was expected. However, it's still the market reacted positive, and NZD traders jumped in and bought the currency. So this is the reaction we're getting right now. I would say this way, as long as we stay below this 1.0978 territory, I will continue to aim lower. My next target will be this 1.0825, and then we'll just take it from there. If we climb back above this hurdle over here, or even back above this upside line, well, the downside scenario could be off the table, because we will have a nice false breakout. NZD CAD very quickly on that one. So of course, yeah, like I said, thank you very much RBNZ for giving that boost to its currency. And well, you can see NZD CAD push higher. If you remember last week, guys, I talked about this. I said that keep your eyes on this downside line, because if it gets broken, this could open the door to its higher levels. And look at this, boom, we had a nice push higher. It moved nicely above this 0.8171 level. I talked a lot about this. Then we targeted the 21-day EMA, managed to climb above it, and now we're getting a hold up near this 0.8348 levels. So if it continues to provide somehow resistance, then maybe a bit of a retracement here could be possible. So consider that option as well. But again, I'm watching this one for now. Today, I want to see how this is going to play out. Even if we pop above this area, and let's say we initially move higher, but then let's say at the end of the trading session today, we drift back down. then yeah, that's going to be quite interesting for a few more sellers, maybe, who could kind of go for a correction lower. But if we clear this barrier and stay above it, then my next target is the 100-day EMA. Or in terms of levels, I think the better option could be somewhere around here, near this 0.8477 level right there. And then yeah, we'll take it from there. USD JPY. So I talked a lot about this for past few days, and I said that, guys, yeah, it could be forming a possible falling wedge pattern, but until we get that clear breakout, we cannot really get excited with with higher levels, because according to all the TA rules, these patterns tend to be bullish indication, but we need that confirmation break first, because until we get that, the instrument, in this case the pair, could continue drifting lower within that pattern. And as you can see, this is exactly what's happening right now. So not much to talk about here. We're waiting to see what's going to happen here. If by any chance this starts breaking the lower side of the falling wedge, then ignore the whole kind of pattern in general. So that's why, if you're bullish, wait for a clear break. If you're not bullish, I would say you could still aim lower, but be very careful near the lower side of the falling wedge. And if it breaks, then yeah, lower levels could be met, guys. Now, US dollar against the Turkish lira, and I haven't looked at this one for quite a while, but basically just wanted to show you how interesting the market works, basically, because if you remember, back in mid-November of last year, if you remember this sharp rally which we had in USD, or sharp devaluation of the Turkish lira against its major counterparts, we saw the pair kind of drifting higher quite radically here, and then at around mid-December, the pair drifted back down and corrected actually almost everything. I mean, what this pair gained, the pair kind of wiped out all those gains here, and almost moved to the same level where it started off in November here. So why I said that it's quite interesting, because for example, from the end of December, the pair rallied again, and well, in the next 5 months here, it started climbing higher, and actually we're almost getting closer to the same levels where we were here. When everybody was like sounding the alarm, but it's just that, of course, this is as always, when it's sharp, when a sharp move like this happens, nobody's prepared, of course. But now it seems like everybody got prepared, and it continues to move nicely to the upside here. I would say be careful. For now, I'm watching this very carefully, because it's going to be quite interesting to see where exactly we can go here. Can we reach, for example, this high, the 17th of December high, near the 17.15 level, or can we actually reach the highest point of December, or in other words, the all-time high, which is around that 18.36 level. So that's going to be quite interesting. At the moment, yeah, it's just climbing higher, so this upside line needs to go. I think in general I will remove it, yeah, because at the moment it's very difficult to draw some trend lines here. It's mainly support and resistance levels that I'm keeping an eye on, because, for example, you can see here the pair overcame this barrier, this 15.98 level, and now it's drifting nicely to the upside. GBP Aussie. So if you remember, I talked a lot about this pair last week and this week, and I said to you guys, wait for that confirmation break, because of course initially it looked like a nice bullish pennant here, but I said that I need to see that confirmation break, and this is exactly why, because you can get something like this where the lower side got violated, and we drifted lower. Now we today we're seeing a bit of a corrective move higher, but we're still struggling with this 21-day EMA, and we're currently trading below it. So if you're looking for some upside, then well, I would still need to see a break of this downside line, which was the upper side of the this pennant, which I was talking about previously. So now I'm just going to keep this downside line. If we climb above it, then yeah, I'll go for the upside. If we stay below this 21-day EMA and continue trading below it, well, I would say, yeah, the downside scenario could be possible, especially if we drop below this 1.7569 territory right here, marked by the low of the 11th of May. Euro JPY, very quickly on this one. I talked about this pair, just wanted to quickly update you on it. So I'm still watching it. I'm still watching it coiling up. So I need to see a clear breakout first. Before kind of, you know, considering let's say the next short-term directional move. And finally, Euro USD, guys. So yeah, I would say quite interesting. We pushed higher yesterday. We overcame that 1.0697 territory. We pushed higher, and now today we're seeing a bit of a retracement, which is understandable. The dollar is correcting a little bit to the upside. Can we see the pair staying above this 1.0697 territory? Well, that's going to be a good question. For now, I would say I'm going to be very careful here, because if we drop and stay below that 1.0697 territory, then we could consider maybe a bit of a retracement here to the downside towards this 1.0636 level, and maybe a test of this 21-day EMA together with this upside line taken from the low of the 13th of May. If of course, like I said, if we continue to trade below this 1.0697 territory. If we don't, the upside scenario is not off the table, and we could see, you know, a push higher. But for now, I would say I would prefer to wait for a move above yesterday's high near the 1.0748 level in order to get a little bit more excited with the upside, and then this will confirm a forthcoming higher high here, a break above this barrier, and then the next target could be somewhere around here. Somewhere around that 1.0933, something like that area. Let me just try to find some interesting levels. There we go. Yeah. So kind of somewhere around this zone. Yeah, this is going to be a good target to watch. It also kind of coincides here with the 100-day EMA, so could be a good target. But again, this confirmation break is still needed for the upside, so at the moment I'm just observing this one because, again, I want to see, you know, how much more this will correct. If it actually will correct lower, then I want to see if, you know, if it corrects all the way here towards that 21-day EMA and this upside line, then I want to see if it's actually going to rebound. If it doesn't rebound and breaks this upside line, that's where, and this is where I need to adjust. I think I will remove this level, and this is where I need to adjust a few other levels. This is where I'm going to start maybe considering the downside again, but probably from this 1.0555 area right here. And then, yeah, we'll see where it goes next. But at the moment, like I said, that's the situation. If you're looking for some upside, that's the barrier. For the downside, like I said, it could still correct a little bit lower here, but how much more, we'll just have to wait, you know, and wait and see. So guys, that's it for this session. I really hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I really appreciate your time, guys, your views, your likes, your comments, everything, guys. I really, you know, I really like that. Thank you very much in general for, you know, tuning in. If you want to catch me tomorrow morning, as always, in my Traders Espresso, that's 6 o'clock GMT time for now. Have a wonderful trading day. Stay safe. Have your stop losses in place, and everything will be fine. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.